Hello, I'm Joyce Fields, and I go live Monday through Friday right here on YouTube, 4 a.m. till around 5:30, 5:35. 90 minutes. I give advice about undifficulting your life. I'm 81 years old, and I have used the advice that I share with y'all since I was about 10 years old. So I know that it works. It works for me and it can work for you. I have, the title of my lives is Undifficult Your Life. And a lot of y'all are making y'all's lives a whole lot more difficult than they need to be. And it's all about four pillars. That's the way I see it. That's what I share, the advice that I share. Pillar number one, develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I tell you how you do that. Pillar number two, increase your level of patience. If you are 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how you increase your own level of patience. Is that you, Shells? It shows that I've got one person on here. YouTube is very slow as far as I don't know how they are alerting people that I'm on. Is that you? It tells me that I have one viewer on here. If that's not the Shelster, that's my one of my moderators. Let me know how you learned that I was doing this live. Can you do that for me? Let me know if you got a message or if you were just scrolling through and saw that I was doing this live. Can you let me know that, please? I would like to know because I'm a TikTok veteran. And I used to do my lives on TikTok. I've done over 500 lives on TikTok. I did them for almost 2 years, Sunday through Friday. But now I moved over to, oh, you found me by scrolling. Okay, now I think that hopefully you're going to get a lot out of this live. I'm 81 years old and I share advice about undifficult your life. That's the title of my lives, Undifficult Your Life. So I have four pillars of advice that I share. And no, it's not Granny. My name is either Joyce, Miss Joyce, or Mrs. Fields. God bless y'all too. So I prefer to be called Joyce, Miss Joyce, or Mrs. Fields. Okay? Thank you. So the four pillars of advice that I share, I live this advice. I'm 81 years old, and I live the advice that I share with all of y'all. Thank you. Thank you for that respect. I appreciate that. So I live the advice that I share with all of y'all. I'm 81 years old. I have lived this advice since I was about 10 years old. I know that it works. If it can work for me, it can work for y'all. And I have been gifted with the ability to communicate how it's done from my mind to y'all's mind. That's what I have been gifted. And you'll see as we go through this live. Now, the four pillars of advice that I share, thank you. Pillar number one, develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I tell you how you do that. I don't just lead you there and then drop you. I tell you how you do it. Pillar number two, increase your level of patience. If you are 10 years old or older, I'm going to stop to read this comment. Shouldn't wear those earrings if you're a Christian. Now, you listen, your attitude is part of what's wrong with the world. And I want everybody to listen to what I'm getting ready to tell John Tsunami, okay? Part of what's wrong with this world is people are minding other people's business. Now, John, what business is it of yours, what I wear? What business is it of yours? You understand? And I don't mean this in any offensive kind of way, but think about it. What business is it of yours, what I do? It's not hurting you. It's not doing anything to you. So that's what I'm saying. That's part of what's wrong with this world is people minding other people's business. So stop minding my business or stop minding other people's business. As long as I have a book of quotes, as long as people do whatever they do and it doesn't violate your rights or your property and it's fair, then there's nothing wrong. There's no violation. So that's all I'm trying to say to y'all, everybody on here. If it's not your business, so stop getting into other people's business. This one viewer asked me why I'm wearing these earrings and I'm not a Christian. He doesn't know what I am, but I'm not. Okay? So there's no religion and no politics allowed on my lives. I don't believe in either one. When I found out that the King James Bible is called that because King James paid for the translation, I was through with that, okay? And I found that out a long time ago. So no religion, no politics. Don't be talking about Jesus. Don't be talking about the Bible. I pray to God all day long. And God ain't got no religion, y'all. No, no, no. God ain't got no religion. He ain't Christian. He ain't Lutheran. He ain't whatever. So, now that's enough of that. No religion, no politics. And I have wonderful moderators. If you come up with religion or politics, you will suffer the consequences. They have a whole lot of options that they can use. So I don't get into their business. That's my moderators. Their business is to moderate. I don't tell them how to do it, okay? So now, where was I? Pillar number 2. I'm going to start all over again. Pillar number 1. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I'm going to tell y'all how you do it. Pillar number 2. Increase your level of patience. If you are 10 years old or older, I'm going to tell you exactly how you increase your own level of patience. But I always start with the toddlers. So if you are out there raising toddlers, 2 and 3-year-olds, you will want to hear how easy it is to teach them patience. Pillar number 3, stay calm. Stay calm, y'all. Oh my goodness. Stay calm. There is tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. You lose your power. You lose your power when you become angry. You may feel it that you're losing your power when you become angry. You see, because you're howling and screaming and moving at breakneck speed and all that, and you're doing things and saying things that you don't mean. And So you lose your power. Stay calm. And I do what I call helpful hand visuals throughout my lives. And like I said, I'm a veteran of TikTok lives. And thank you. So where was I going with that? I was gonna. Now I have 90 minutes worth of stuff, and that's not enough time. Okay, I've lived a long time, 81 years, and I have gotten all of this advice, and I'm be able to share it with y'all. So I remember now where I was. I'm talking about throughout my lives, I do what I call helpful hand visuals. And I call them that because one of my viewers, share the live, y'all, because I would love to be able to share this advice that I'm going to be sharing with y'all with a whole lot more people. I'm 81. So, okay, I'm rewinding to where I was to share this advice. Oh, yeah, the helpful hand visuals. One of my viewers on one of my TikTok lives, she said, her name is Jessie Knott, and she said, quote, "These visuals are so helpful," unquote. She was talking about the gestures that I do with my hands in combination with the words that are coming out of my mouth, and I am able to convey or to communicate to y'all philosophies, concepts, ideas, examples, stuff like that. I'm able to, this is my gift from the universe or God or whatever you want to call it. I'm able to communicate that from my mind to y'all's mind. So I do helpful hand visuals throughout my lives, but when I get to pillar number 3, When I did that the first time, it blew a lot of my viewers' minds. And I did it for my man, and it blew his mind, and it blows my mind too. So, and speaking of my man, his name is Pap, P-A-P. His real name is Fred. We have been together for 68 years. You heard that correctly. It blows my mind too, y'all, for real. We have been together for 68 years. We have been married. We just celebrated our 58th wedding anniversary on June 3rd. Now, we've been together since we were 13 years old. He just turned 82 September 22nd, and I turned 81 on February 4th. I am so happy to be 81 years old. I look in the mirror sometimes, I say, girl, you 81 years old. It blows my mind. I don't feel any differently than I did when I was 21 years old, when I was in my 20s, my 30s, my 40s, my 50s, my 60s, my 70s. I feel no differently. And I'm going to tell y'all why I don't feel any differently. So, but now I was telling y'all, me and Pap have been together since we were both 13 years old. I'm going to show y'all a picture. This is 1969. We were 25 years old, okay? Here's this one, 1969, 25 years old. Okay, yeah. Now I'm going to show y'all this picture. Yeah, he is. This is last year. We were both 80 years old on this picture. This was our 57th wedding anniversary, that date. So here we are, both of us 80 years old. Okay? 80 years old. All right, now here's passage of time, y'all. 25 and 80. Yeah, you see? The passage of time. It blows my mind too, y'all. I don't take it for granted. It blows my mind. Yes. Oh, I'm going to tell y'all how you deal with anxiety. I'm going to tell you how to deal with a whole lot of stuff. I tell Pap all the time, I live an enchanted life. I live a virtually stress-free life, for real. And I'm going to tell y'all how you can do it too, okay? 4 pillars. Now, I was on pillar number 3. Pillar number 3 is stay calm. And when I get to that third pillar, not the fourth one, the helpful hand visual, I was telling y'all that it's going to blow your minds, because when I did it for my viewers on my live, it blew a lot of their minds. And I did it for Pap, and it really blew his mind. He's still talking about it today. I mean, right now. And I did it it was one day in my lives this year. So I did it a long time ago, and he's still talking about, and you'll see when I get there. Then pillar number 4, remember, oh, thank you. Remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration. And I'll tell you what those 4 words are. Share the live. I'll tell you what those 4 words are when I get to the 4th pillar. I got to first go through 1, 2, and 3, and then I'll get to 4, okay? So now, no Bible stuff on my live. I don't deal with religion or politics. So my moderators will deal with you accordingly. If you come up with any of that stuff about politics or the Bible, especially the Bible, especially that. So if you come up with any stuff like that, you want to put that on my comments or in my comments, it will be removed. So don't waste your time. You just need to sit there and listen to this advice that I share, because it definitely will help you. 1 or more of the 4 pillars will definitely help everybody, okay? So now those are the 4 pillars. Back to pillar number 1. I'm getting ready to go through these pillars. Okay. Excuse me. Then this weather is changing too. I've been blowing my nose and sneezing. A lot of people are having problems with this. Oh, good. Thank you, Shells. So a lot of people having problems with their sinuses now, so sniffling and all that stuff. But I feel fine. So now I was going to tell y'all how come it is that I feel at 81 no differently than I felt when I was in my 20s, my 30s, my 40s, my 50s, my 60s, and my 70s. Now here it is. I'm going to quickly tell you why it is. When I would go to sleep in my 20s, I would wake up, say thank you, God, for waking me up, check my body for any aches or pains before I got out the bed. Typically, there were none. In my 30s and my 40s, it was the same thing. I would go to sleep, wake up, say thank you, God, for waking me up, check my body for any aches, pains, muscle pulls, or anything like that. Typically, there were none. Same thing in my 50s, 60s, and 70s. And now, today, it's the same thing. I'm 81 years old. I woke up this morning. I said, thank you, God, for waking me up. And I checked my body for aches, pains, sprains, muscle pulls, or whatever. There weren't any. Then I proceeded to do my exercises that I do in the bed. You know, I do with my knees. I bring my feet up, and then I put my knee down on the bed, and then I do, I don't know, about 20 of those, something like that. And then I do, in the bed, I do a lot of stuff. But then when I get out of the bed, I do bicep curls. I do 50 bicep curls. I do 30 squats. You got to use your body. Your body is nothing but muscles. If you don't keep them toned or do something, I've been exercising since I was about 40 years old. So off and on. I ain't did it. I don't exercise like 6 days a week or anything like that. I exercise probably every other day, at least 4 days out of the week. I'm moving my muscles. So y'all want to take a message from me. That's one of the biggest messages. It ain't even in the pillars, the advice that I share. Move your body. If you don't move it, you lose it. That's the truth. You won't be able to climb stairs. You won't be able to get out of chairs. I have a pinned video on my TikTok page. And my TikTok is JJ, the letter J, Fields, and 7, and the number 7. JJ Fields, the number 7. Check it out. I have a pinned video, and it's labeled Old Age Warning. It's nothing to be scared of, but I tell y'all 3 things that our elders didn't tell us. They caught us by surprise. So I'm telling y'all 3 things that may happen to you as you age, okay? But like I said, it caught us by surprise. So I'm telling y'all, y'all can't say nobody told us, because Joyce Fields is telling y'all. So these 3 things that can happen to you. I also have one on there. The middle pinned video shows you how you do some squats. If you're a senior citizen, you know, you don't have to go down far, but you need to be doing something. Exercise, move your body. If you don't use it, you'll lose it, for real. All right, so now, pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you ever think about the fact that there are only 2 attitudes that you can have? Have you ever thought about this? A negative attitude or a positive attitude. That's it, 2. There's not a third one. Now, give me some responses, y'all. I want to know if you've ever really thought about the fact that there are only 2 attitudes that you can have, a negative attitude or a positive attitude. Come on, give me some responses. If you have deliberately, consciously thought about the fact that there are only 2 attitudes that you can have. Probably not. Come on, give me some responses, some true responses. You can't do anything about that. You can only do you. That's what I'm going to be saying to y'all. A lot of people, you have to observe the stuff that's going on in this world. You cannot absorb it. You'll lose your mind if you absorb all this stuff that's going on in this world. You have to observe it and then decide what you can do to make it better. And this is what I'm going to be telling y'all, what we can do. The advice that I share will help y'all to be able to contribute to making the world a better place. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. Won't that make the world a better place if more people developed and maintain a positive attitude? How about pillar number 2? Increase your level of patience. Wouldn't that make the world a better place if more people increased their levels of patience? Pillar number 3, stay calm. Wouldn't that make the world a better place if more people stayed calm? And then pillar number 4, remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration. And wouldn't the world be a better place if more people knew what those 4 words were? I think so. So now, if you've thought about the fact that there's only 2 attitudes that you can have, a negative attitude, a positive attitude. Okay, I'm going to keep repeating the fact that I'm going to be saying this a lot, y'all. If you come up with religious or political comments, they will be removed. So don't even bother. The best advice that I can share with you, if you're going to do that, is to sit there and listen to the advice that I share. I'm 81 years old. I live this advice. I know that it works. So now, there's only 2 attitudes that you can have, a negative attitude or a positive attitude. You do not choose to have a negative attitude. Here's what happens. If you don't choose to have a positive attitude, and a positive attitude is a definite choice that you have to make, deliberately make. If you don't choose to have a positive attitude, you almost certainly will have a negative attitude. It's like it is a default. You must absolutely choose to have a positive attitude, okay? A negative attitude or a positive attitude. There is not a third one, okay? No such thing. Either it's going to be a negative attitude or a positive attitude, and you have to choose to have a positive attitude. It is a definite choice. And the way you choose to have a positive attitude is you write a program. And the way you write a program is you say it out loud. And here is what you say. Very simple. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. That's what you say. That's the program that you write. You write a program and you say it out loud, what you are going to be doing. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Then set your feet on the path to do just that. Okay? Now, positive attitude, negative attitude. Like I said, you must deliberately choose to have a positive attitude. You must on purpose choose to have a positive attitude. You must intentionally choose to have a positive attitude. There is, once you make that choice and you write the program, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Portals open up to you. Windows open up to you. Doors open up to you. All kinds of positive things start happening to you. Now, I am going to show you, now I'm going to do my very first helpful hand visual. I'm going to show y'all what a negative attitude looks like. Okay? I'm going to show you what a negative attitude looks like. On the count of 3, I'm going to people to say, woe is me, sucks. I can't stand this. I can't stand that. They complain, complain, complain. In the meantime, y'all, what my hands are doing is a helpful hand visual showing all of these positive elements flying through the universe. They are constantly flying through the universe at all times, y'all. Positive elements. Share the live, y'all. I would love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. So these are positive elements. What my hands are doing are positive elements flying through the universe. But they always, y'all, fly over the heads of people who have a negative attitude. Did you hear me? Now, when you write that program and say it out loud, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. On the count of 3, I'm going to show you what happens. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Now, what was flying over your head is now making contact with your psyche. You see that? You see that? Come on, give me some responses, y'all. Did I convey that? Did I communicate that effectively from my mind to y'all's minds? A positive attitude. When you have a positive attitude, positive things start really connecting with you. It's like the law of attraction. You put out positive, positive comes back. Oh, good. I'm glad. Thank you. Thanks for the responses, y'all. I appreciate it. Come on. Any more? Okay. So now, hi. All right. I'm going to read y'all. Oh, here. When you say your program out loud, a lot of people will say, you say it in your mind. I say, if you only say it in your mind, that's just one element that you're using, one element of your being that you're using. You're saying it in your mind. When I tell you to say it out loud, that's using 3 elements. Oh man, that is so much more powerful. 3 elements, y'all. Joyce Fields tells you to say it out loud. When you write any program, you say it out loud because it's 3 elements. You speak it out of your mouth, you hear it with your ears, and it sticks, it gets plastered into your psyche. You say it out loud. Any program that you write to change your behavior. And this is the program that you say. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. And put your feet on that path to do just that. Put your feet on the path to develop and maintain a positive attitude. When you say that, it's like you put a socket. The positive attitude is now a socket in your hand. And I'm doing another helpful hand visual. So the socket is in your hand. And you plug it into your spirit. You plug it into your soul. And it electrifies you. You hear me? It electrifies you. It kicks you into gear, and it kicks you into becoming more a part, a more vibrant part of your own life. That's what a positive attitude does for you. It does to you. To and for, okay? That's what a positive attitude does. Now, I am going to read y'all a list of words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. And then I'm going to read you a list of words that will guide you when you decide to make that choice to have a positive attitude. Now, first, I'm going to read you the list of words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. And it might be you. But not to worry, because a positive attitude is a choice that you can make at any moment of your life. The program that you write says, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. From now on, it means from this point forward. And you can tell your family and friends, you can say, from now on, that means from this point forward, don't throw up in my face what my attitude was like yesterday or last week, okay? So don't throw that up at me. From now on, I'm going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. It's all you have to do. Say those words. Commit to doing that. And you can commit to doing it any minute of your life. For real, any minute of your life. But now I'm going to read you the list of words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. And it might be you. Anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment and holding grudges, inferiority, lies and dishonesty. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Martha. False pride, superiority, and the last word is ego. Oh, good. Thank you. So back up to the top. The very first word is anger. Do you know people who are angry? People who are full of anger? Are you the one who is angry, who is full of anger? That is negative. How about resentment and holding grudges? Do you know people who are full of resentment? Thank you. People who hold grudges. Are you the one who is full of resentment? Oh, I don't preach, I share. I just share what I have learned and what I have lived. So are you the one who is full of resentment, who holds grudges against other people? That is negative too. I'm going to come back to that one, but we're going to move on to lies and dishonesty. Do you know people who lie? Do you know people who are dishonest? You see? Are you the one who is a liar? Are you the one who is dishonest? That is negative. But back up to resentment and holding grudges. If you are full of resentment, if you hold grudges against other people, I'm going to tell you something that you probably have never heard before that was told to you. If you are full of resentment and if you hold grudges against others, you are living in the past. Yes, you are. Oh, thanks for the subscriptions. Subscribing is free, y'all. But if you are holding on to resentment or holding grudges against other people, you are living in the past. You understand? Because you are holding on to something that happened. Past tense, y'all. It happened. There is nothing the people that did the mess to you can do about it to change it. There is nothing that you can do about it to change it. You must forgive them. It happened. Don't hold on to that. When you hold on to resentment and grudges and all, it damages you. That's why you must forgive. Look around you, people. Look around you. People that you know are full of resentment, holding grudges. In a lot of cases, those people are on pharmaceutical medications for some kind of ailment. They are not aging gracefully. They look older than they are. So they're just not in good health. That is what holding grudges and holding resentment will do to the person who holds it. You understand? You're not doing anything to the people you're holding the grudges against or the resentment, you're full of resentment towards. You're not doing anything to harm them. You're not punishing them. You're punishing yourself. Because the way that it works, y'all, if you hold on to anger, resentment, guilt, you lie, all of this ugly stuff, it damages the person who holds it. It makes a lot of sense when you think about it. If you are holding on to these uglies, that's what I call them, these uglies are going to do something to your insides, and they are creating an invisible internal burden on your spirit, on your soul, on your cells, on your blood, on your organs, on everything about your being. That's what you are doing when you hold on to resentment and hold grudges. You're not hurting the people that you're holding it against or whatever, okay? So you must forgive. And it doesn't matter who it was or what they did. You must forgive. Absolutely. So a lot of people on my lives will say, oh, what if it was this? And what if it was, doesn't matter because it's damaging you. And a lot of people on my lives will say they cannot forgive, but that's on them. I'm only sharing this advice for those who really want to listen and want to do something about how to undifficult your life, okay? So when you hold resentment and grudges and all that stuff, it's damaging you. You must forgive. And like I said, it doesn't matter who it was or what they did. You must forgive. And a lot of people will tell you to forgive and forget. Y'all, thank you. But don't you ever forget. Forgive and forget? No. Hell no. Hell no. You don't ever forget. You would be an idiot. Stupid. Don't you ever forget. Keep it on the stove on the back burner, but don't hold resentment because you're keeping it on the stove. You just keep it on the stove, so it won't happen to you again. And also, when you forgive, that doesn't mean that you go back into their lives or they come back into yours. But that's a wonderful thing if all parties agree to that. That's beautiful. But you must forgive. Now, I'm 81 years old. When I was a kid, there was no such thing as a text message, email, a video call, none of that stuff. Y'all can forgive by doing any of those things. Do a text message, you can forgive them that way or whatever you want. But now, you can also forgive them by saying it out loud to the universe. If you don't ever want to have anything else to do with them again in life, you can say it out loud to the universe. And I'm going to give you 4 examples of what has happened on my life so you'll believe me when I tell you this. You can say it out loud to the universe. The universe or God or whatever you call your higher power was there when the mess happened to you. You understand that? So God, the universe, or whatever you call your higher power was there when it happened. I don't know if you ever really thought about that, but it was there when it happened. So you can say it out loud to the universe. It knows what you're talking about. Now, the universe or God or whatever you call your higher power sees everything we do, hears everything we say, and can read our thoughts. Okay? So now, I say this in every live that I do. The universe sees everything that you do right now, hears everything that you say right now. And for these trolls that are on here, think about this. The universe is seeing what you're doing, and the universe sees everything that you do. Right now, the universe, or whatever you call your higher power, hears everything that you say right now. And the universe, or whatever you call your higher power, reads your thoughts right now. Now, I say this every live that I do, and I am amazed that I get so many yes responses. So now, here's the question I'm going to ask. Having said those words to y'all, did I cause you to think about what you do, say, and think? Did I bring that to the forefront of your mind when I said that? No religion. I am not religious. No way. Okay. You will be taken care of accordingly. Okay. So listen, y'all, I'm telling you, I have to say this every I don't know how at intervals. I don't have religion on don't put stuff about Jesus or the Bible. You can put stuff about God, that's fine. But no religion. So you will be dealt with accordingly if you put any comments up there about God, I'm not God, about Jesus or the Bible or politics. So, all right, don't do that. Sit there and listen to the advice that I share. It undoubtedly will help you in some form or fashion, okay? Now, if it's not worth it to you, then, I don't mind you going, you leaving. It's fine with me. Anybody that wants to stay and listen to what I have to share is more than welcome. I want a whole lot more people. YouTube says I got 175 people on here. I would like to have 175,000, 175 million, okay? Because people make their lives a whole lot more difficult than they need to be. And the title of my live is Undifficult Your Life. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you found me too. Oh, thank you. So, where was I? Oh, I was telling y'all about resentment and holding grudges. You say it out loud to the universe. And when I ask that question, I just ask it of y'all, that my saying that, as far as the universe or God or whatever you call your higher power, when I said that, it sees everything you do, it hears everything you say, and it reads your thoughts. Did my saying that bring it to the forefront of anybody's mind, and you will now be more careful with what you do, say, and think? Come on, give me some responses. Be quick with y'all's responses. I got 187 people on here, YouTube says. Staying away from the uglies. I like that. That's what you do. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay, good. All right, come on, get any more responses? You're going to be thinking about what you do, say, and think more consciously? Yes, that's good. Be forgiving and cautious, okay? Oh, wonderful. I'm glad you do. All right, good. So, now here is the way you forgive by saying it out loud to the universe, okay? Here's what you say. Universe, I forgive so-and-so for doing such and such to me. I'm going to repeat it. Universe, I forgive so-and-so for doing such and such to me. Say that out loud. Now use your hand the way that I use my hand. That symbolizes your touching spirit. You're touching the universe. Okay? I'm going to repeat it. Universe, I forgive so-and-so for doing such and such to me. Yeah, the universe is whatever you call your higher power. Doesn't matter. Some people call it God. Different words. So I call it God or the universe. I use them interchangeably. When I say God, I'm talking about the universe. When I say universe, I'm talking about God. I don't talk to Jesus or the Bible. I talk to God all day, and God ain't got no religion. So don't come up here on my lives putting in comments about the Bible or Jesus. I don't believe in that stuff. So I'm entitled to my beliefs like you're entitled to yours. So don't put that stuff in my comments. My moderators will take care of you, okay? So don't bother. Hopefully you'll listen to the advice that I have to share and get something from it. So now, I'm going to give y'all 4 examples of people that were on my lives this year. So they were my TikTok lives. I've done over 500 TikTok lives. I did my last TikTok live on August 29th, and my very first YouTube live, I'm new to YouTube, on September 1st. I just did this last month. Thank you, Gail. So when you I gave you the 4 examples. I'm going to give you 4 examples. Example number 1 of the people who said that, who did this. One young lady, the first one, she said, I forgave my dad like that. And I immediately burst into tears. The second young lady said, I forgave myself like that. And you can forgive yourself. You can forgive yourself. The universe saw what you did. It was there. It knows what you did too, okay? So she said, I forgave myself, and I immediately burst into tears. The third one was a young man, and he said, I forgave, and I felt my spirit shift. So now, the reason why they felt their spirits shift or they burst into tears is like I told y'all. When you hold on to unforgiveness, when you hold on to resentment and grudges and all of that stuff, it creates an internal pressure on your soul, on your blood, on your organs, on your whole being. And when you forgive, the Shelster calls it, it's like an pressure release valve. I had to get the word straight. She said a pressure release valve, because when you hold on to all of this ugly stuff, it creates pressure internally. Oh, thank you. It creates pressure. And when you forgive, here's what happens, like the Shelster says. It goes, psst. You release that pressure off your being. That's why they burst into tears. Now, I told y'all I was going to give you 4 examples. And the 4th example is a lady by the name of Teresa. Thank you. So, Patricia. Did I say? I don't remember. I don't know what I said. Her name is Patricia. Patricia had been watching my lives, and she was holding a grudge against her mother for over 40 years. It blows my mind, y'all, when I think about this. I tell this every live that I do because I think it's so stunning. She had been holding a grudge against her mother for over 40 years. She forgave her mother. And this past Mother's Day, they spent it together. And she came up as a guest on my live and told us what an experience it was. And I got so full, it was really, really moving for me to know that the advice that I share moved her to the point where she forgave her mother and they are reconnected. So that's a wonderful thing. So that's Patricia, and I gave you the other 3 examples too. So that's what happens. You forgive. Oh, thank you. Wonderful. This is your story. Okay, so go on and forgive your mother. You know, y'all can get back together, but you don't have to. Like I told y'all, to forgive somebody doesn't mean you go back into their lives or welcome them back into yours. But that's a beautiful thing if that does happen. But to forgive them doesn't mean that you have to have anything else to do with them. You know, you see? So that's all the universe requires, is that you forgive, that you don't hold it on to yourself. And all you're doing is creating difficulties in your own life. When you hold all of that ugliness, it stops you from progressing as quickly as you could. See? So now I'm going to read y'all a list of words that will guide you on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Here they are: joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, empathy, generosity, truth and honesty, compassion, and the last word is faith. Yeah. I got it, Shells. Thanks. Yeah, last word is faith. So Now, if you have any of those characteristics of the negative that I read about the anger and the resentment and the holding grudges and the envy and the regret and guilt and all that stuff, those are negative characteristics. But you can change, like I said, at any minute of your life because a positive attitude is a choice that you make. And here's what you say when you choose to have a positive attitude. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. That's it. And then put your feet on the path to do just that. Positive attitude. When you have a positive attitude, all kinds of good stuff starts happening to you. It's you already heard about the law of attraction. If you put out positive, positive comes back. If you put out negative, negative comes back. I coined this quote many lives ago to show y'all the difference between a negative attitude and a positive attitude. Here's the quote. If you develop and maintain a negative attitude, you will increase your chances for suffering consequences. Whereas if you develop and maintain a positive attitude, you will increase your chances for receiving rewards. Which do you prefer? Do you want to suffer consequences or continue to suffer consequences? Or do you want to receive rewards? Yes, you're going to focus on having a positive attitude. It will work wonders for you. I showed you what a negative attitude looks like. I told you what positive attitude can do for you. It opens up portals. And then this is another helpful hand visual. This is you're putting out positive. The universe is bringing positive back to you. You're putting out positive, positive is coming back. You're putting out positive, positive is coming back. Now, I'm only doing that so that y'all can see the illustration that I'm making. So it's as big as the screen on the phone can be. This, I call it a conveyor belt because you're putting out positive and positive is coming back. You see this? It's just going like this. Positive, putting out, coming back, putting out, coming back, putting out, coming back. That conveyor belt is as big as the universe, y'all. Ooh, you see? All right. Oh, thank you. Spread the word, y'all. Share the live and tell everybody, I share this advice. I know that it works. And I really want to share it with a whole lot more people. I'm 81 years old. I have been living this advice since I was about 10 years old. I know that it works. If it can work for me, it can work for anybody. And I have been gifted with the gift of being able to communicate to y'all by using my helpful hand visuals and the words that are coming out of my mouth. I communicate concepts and philosophies and all of that from my mind to y'all's mind. Okay, so I just did the helpful hand visual about the positive stuff, and then the helpful hand visual about the positive going out, positive coming back. So those are helpful hand visuals. I'm going to do another one. This is a negative attitude. A negative attitude. This is spirit and inner peace. Spirit or inner peace or an inner peace will never come to you if you have a negative attitude. Here they are, trying to get in. They can't. So they go away. You see? Here's a positive attitude. Positive attitude. Y'all can see what's going to happen. Here comes spirit and inner peace. Not only do they get in, they turn and encase your whole being. Spirit and inner peace. You must have a positive attitude for spirit to come to you. You must have a positive attitude for inner peace to come to you. Oh, thank you. You must have a positive attitude. And let me tell you, there's so many good things will start happening to you when you have a positive attitude. Thanks, Jamal. So, Spirit came to me and said, Joyce, there's such a thing as outer peace. I said, huh? Outer peace. Spirit explained it to me. Outer peace can never be disturbed, can never be destroyed. Inner peace. Did I say? What did I say? Inner peace? Yeah. Well, if I did say outer peace, erase that. I'm saying it again, over now. Inner peace can never be destroyed, can never be disturbed. Outer peace can be disturbed. It can be destroyed. I give these same two examples every live that I do. Outer peace, let's say you are trying to sleep or study or you want some quiet or whatever, and noise is being made in the same room or down the hall or downstairs or upstairs or across the street, wherever. That's your outer peace being disturbed. In just about every state in the United States, there's a law in the books that is disturbing the peace. You can call the cops on people for disturbing the peace. But inner peace cannot be destroyed. And if anybody in your family, and it's usually your family or friends, but normally it's a family, is doing things to disturb your peace, that's your outer peace, you must tell them. Anybody that is disturbing your peace, doing things or saying things that disturb your peace, you must tell them that they are doing or saying and it disturbing your peace. But they are not obligated to change it. Now, that includes your mama. If she's doing things to disturb your peace, I'm going to tell you how to positively change that. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. Now, if anybody is disturbing your peace, especially if it's your family members, say words to this effect. You say, I love y'all dearly. I really and truly do. But when y'all do such and such, or when y'all say such and such, that disturbs my peace. They're not obligated to change their behavior, but you're obligated to tell them. If you watch them, you give them enough time, and you watch them to see if they change their behavior. If they don't, then you have the obligation to come back at them and say words to this effect. Now, you know, I told y'all I love y'all dearly. But I also told y'all when y'all say such and such or when y'all do such and such, that disturbs my peace. And y'all are still saying it and y'all are still doing it. So that leaves me no choice. I absolutely must protect my peace. So, and then I give y'all three options. Option one, feed y'all with a long-handled spoon. Option two, love y'all from a distance. Or option three, stop coming around y'all. You see? You can choose any one of those. And if you can come up with another one, that's fine too. But be kind, be diplomatic. You can't cuss them out. You have to tell them that they are doing things or saying things to disturb your peace. Now, if it's your mama that's doing stuff to disturb your peace. Now, remember this now, y'all. All of these actions on your part take place after you write the program and say it out loud. Here's what you write the program. Here's what you say out loud. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. That's what you say. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. So now, here's your mama disturbing your peace. Here you are coming in getting your peace disturbed. You tell your mama, Mama, I love you dearly. I truly do. But when you say such and such, or when you say such and such, that disturbs my peace. And some mamas will say, what peace? Some mamas will say, you ain't got no peace. That's mama, leave her alone, okay? She's responsible for you walking this earth. So, but when you tell her that, after you write that program and you say, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude, you raised your frequency. You raised your vibration. Roots and Rising got all ears on there. Okay, thank you. You raise your frequency. You raise your vibration. Okay? Here your mama is, she's still doing what she did to disturb your peace. But now you are no longer on this vibration. You are no longer on this frequency. You raise your vibration. You raise your frequency. Okay? So you are now able to look at her behavior and it doesn't bother you anymore because you're not on that frequency. You see? Now, did I communicate that effectively from my mind to y'all's mind? Come on, give me some responses, y'all. YouTube says I got 164 people on here. Come on, give me some responses. I say, what does that mean? Does that mean yes? Okay, amen. Okay, come on, give me some responses to that question. Okay, wonderful. Oh, thank you. Wonderful. Good. Okay. So now, I told y'all about the positive attitude and the negative attitude. Nobody can have, thank you for your responses, I really appreciate it. Nobody can have a positive attitude 100% of the time, and nobody can have a negative attitude 100% of the time. You probably have never heard about this, but you live your life by a ratio because you cannot live 100% positive, 100% negative. A ratio has to be there. So, do you know that you live your life by a ratio? And I only want responses that say no. Okay? I only want responses that say no. Do you know that you live your life by a ratio? RATIO, ratio. Come on, give me some responses, y'all. YouTube says I got 139 people on here. Okay, good. Thank you, Jennifer. Thanks, Rooted and Rising. Thanks, Christine. Uh-huh. You can't have 100% negative attitude. It's impossible. I don't believe in the Bible. And don't be putting stuff on here about the Bible. I have my rights to not believe in anything, okay? Whatever. I talk to God all day, and God ain't got no religion. Yes, okay, good. I'm glad I'm getting these no's. Thank you. Now, this is wonderful. You're going to really love this. A ratio, I'm going to tell you exactly what it is and how you use it. A ratio is a very simple tool that will definitely, I said it will definitely help you to better control your life. Come on, y'all, share the live. YouTube says I got 129 people on here now, and I sure would love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. You're entitled to your opinion. That doesn't bother me. That's, when people get on other people's lives or on people's lives and troll, that's y'all's word, not mine, so I feel sorry for people who have to say ugly, cruel, mean things to other people. That is a very sad way to live your life. I feel sorry for them. And it doesn't bother me one bit. It doesn't bother me. So it's a pitiful way to live your life. God put breath into your body, and how you using it like that? To insult other people, to be mean to. Oh, I have had trolls apologize to me too, by the way. I'm gonna tell you that. I have had trolls apologize. So you need to listen to the advice that I'm sharing. I'm 81 years old. I've been using this since I was 10. It works. So now, a ratio is a very simple tool that will help you to better control your life. You set your own ratio. You and you alone set it, and you alone control it. If you set your ratio too high, you can lower it. Yes, I'm 81. If you set your ratio too low, you can raise it. You see? So now, I'm going to show you, because I'm going to use my ratio to show y'all. My ratio is 80-20. 80-20. That means 80% of the time I'm very happy being in the positive attitude mode. 20% of the time I'm okay. I didn't say I was happy. I'm okay with being in the negative attitude mode. So now, 80% of the time I do, no, 80% of the time I honor the programs that I write. That's the first thing. I honor the programs that I write. And 80% of the time, I do what is right, what is fair, what is just, what is kind, what is considerate, all of that. 80% of the time, I'm always in the positive mood. Okay, in mode. That's what 80% of the time. When I do that, I always do those things. 20% of the time, I can be in the negative attitude mode. Now, people on my lives have chosen 75-25, 60-40. 80-20 doesn't belong to me. Anybody can use 80-20. So 80% of the time positive, 20% of the time negative. Now, in that negative attitude mode, as long as I don't do three things, and those three things, when you are in your negative attitude mode and whatever ratio you assign, whatever percentage you assign to your negative attitude mode, you cannot be physically abusive to anybody. You cannot hit anybody. You cannot throw things. Oh, 50-50, I don't think is that good. That means half the time you're positive, half the time you're negative. So, but if that's what you choose, that's fine with me. Okay, go right ahead. So it cannot include physical abuse. You can't hit people. You can't throw things. It cannot include verbal abuse. You cannot cuss anybody out. You cannot insult anybody. And the third one is, thanks to one of my viewers on one of my TikTok lives, her username is Midnight. She said, she asked me to include tone of voice. And it ain't what you say, is how you say it. So I was happy to include tone of voice. So you cannot be physically abusive. You cannot hit anybody. You cannot throw things. You cannot be verbally abusive. You cannot cuss anybody out. You cannot insult anybody. And you cannot be use an ugly, negative tone of voice. It ain't what you say, it's how you say it. Okay? So those three things. As long as you don't do any of those things when you're in your negative attitude mode, you're okay. You see? So somebody said, I think I'm 75-25. Yeah, that's fine. So your happiness comes from inside, honey. Nothing outside of you is going to make you happy. You have your happiness comes from inside of you. And if you are kind, respectful, considerate, all of those good kinds of things, then you can be happy. Because if you treat people that way, so I'm going to read y'all, hold on. Here's people tell you to love yourself, but they never say, you have to have reasons to love yourself. And I did this is on my TikTok. I still do post to TikTok, but I only do my lives here on YouTube. I still post to TikTok. I got almost 54,000 followers on TikTok. I never dreamed that I'm 81 years old. I never dreamed that I have almost 54,000 followers. I didn't even think I'd have 1,000. But here, this is on my TikTok page. It's a post that I have. It's not a video, obviously. So if you are kind, if you are fair, if you are considerate, if you are honest, if you are responsible, if you are patient, and a whole lot of other things, those are the kinds of things that make you love yourself. You have to love yourself first. You see? So happiness does not come from outside of you. It comes from inside. If you're not happy inside, then nothing from the outside is going to make you happy. Okay. Well, if those are all the things you are, then you got all the reasons in the world to love yourself. God loves you. So, and now, oh, thank you. Where was I? Okay, I'm rewinding, y'all. I was talking, the ratio, 75, somebody said 75-25. So my ratio is 80-20. Now I'm going to show y'all how you use the ratio. I'm going to present a false example of a behavior. I don't have this behavior, but this is going to serve as an example to show y'all how you write programs to change any behavior that you have. You cannot change other people's behaviors. You can only change your own. Now, here is the false behavior. I eat 12 cookies every day. I do not want to eat 12 cookies every day. Okay? That's the behavior. Here's the program that I write to change it. Here it is. I eat 12 cookies every day. I do not want to eat 12 cookies every day. Starting tomorrow, I will eat 10 cookies. Then tomorrow comes and you eat 10 cookies. And the next days, weeks, months, you still eating 10 cookies. Now, how that ratio is used is 80% of the time, I told you, I honor the programs that I write. So 80% of the time, I will eat 10 cookies. The program that I wrote, I will eat 10 cookies. 20% of the time, I can. 20% is my wiggle room. I can go back up to 11. I can go back up to 12. But because I wrote the program and I said my ratio is 80-20, I'm going to stick with the 80% of the time I will eat 10 cookies. That's at least 80% of the time. So you see how I use the ratio? You can use whatever behavior you have. You can take that program and place it on any other behavior that you have. Okay. One viewer, she had an eating disorder. She said that she went from eating 6 meals a day to 5 to 4, and now I'm at 3. That's what she said. I'm at 3 meals a day based on her advice, talking about the advice that I share. So she went from 6 meals a day to 3 meals a day. You see? So you can use that behavior or thank you. You can use that program, the example, to change any behavior that you have. And you cannot change other people's behaviors. I think that's part of what's wrong with this world. People trying to change other people's behaviors. It cannot be done. You work on yourself. And when you are trying to change somebody else's behavior, you can't read their minds, but they're probably looking at you and saying, why don't you work on yourself? You see? So if we all would work on ourselves, the world would be a better place. Work on improving you. Stop getting into other people's business. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Concern yourself with what you are doing. Observe, don't absorb. All the stuff in this world, you cannot change it. You cannot. What you can do is whatever part you can do to contribute positivity to this world. If all of us would do that, the world would be a better place. So now, pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you are 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how you do it. But I always start with the toddlers. If you're raising toddlers, teach them patience. When the toddler asks for a cookie, tell the toddler, I'll give you that cookie in 5 minutes. Put yourself on the timer and give them that cookie. Hey, Kyle, give them that cookie in 5 minutes. And then the timer throughout the exercise. And do that for 5 minutes several times. Stretch it to 10 minutes and do that 10 minutes several times, all the way up to an hour or more. Not only will you be teaching that toddler patience, you will be teaching that toddler how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time, okay? Now, you can teach yourself how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Get yourself a piece of paper and something to write with. I'm going to drink some water while I count to 10, give you 10 seconds, and then I'll tell you what to do. This is a fun exercise. It's going to teach you how to teach yourself how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. Okay, so now, excuse me. All right, now on that paper, write down the time that it is. Right now, whatever your time zone is, write down the time. And then put the paper away. And at some point later, doesn't matter how much later, try to guess what the time is at that point. Do that many times during the course of the day. I do it all the time. I don't need anything to write with or a piece of paper, anything like that. And you won't either if you continue to do that. So if you do that exercise all day long, and then also if you use an alarm clock and you wake up before the clock goes off, try to guess what time it is. Try to feel what time it is. Now, you will be teaching yourself how to feel the passage of time when you do this exercise. Okay? Come on, give me some responses. Can you use that exercise? Give me some responses. Can y'all use that exercise? Come on. Give me some responses. Can y'all use that exercise? Good, good. Oh, wonderful. Teach yourself how to feel time. Now, if you're 10 years old or older, you can teach yourself, you can increase your own level of patience. The way you do it is you write a program and you say it out loud. You always say your programs out loud. I don't use the word mindset, Patrick. I think mindset is a horrible word because it means so many different things to many different people. I use the word attitude. Attitude, everybody knows what attitude means. Mindset means different things to different people. And it's a new word. I don't care for new words. I like old words. People know what they mean, okay? So now, 10 years old, you write this program, you say it out loud. I am teaching myself patience. I am teaching myself how to wait. I am learning how to increase my own level of patience. And especially if it's something that you are fiending for, especially if it's something that you normally would give yourself immediate gratification for, make yourself wait. That's all you got to do. Teach yourself to increase your level of patience yourself. Make yourself wait. And if you make yourself wait past the point where you don't want it anymore, oh, good, thank you. That is fabulous. That is a wonderful thing to have happen to you. If you make yourself wait past the point where you don't want it anymore, that tells you that you are stronger than it was, and you always were. But you never challenged yourself. You have to make yourself wait. That's pillar number 2. Increase your level of patience. Excuse me. Pillar number 3, stay calm. There is tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. Tremendous power. Stay calm, y'all. Please share the live because I would love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. Stay calm. Spirit came to me, one live that I was doing this year was on TikTok, and gave me these helpful hand visuals that I'm doing in pillar number 3. I was talking about staying calm as opposed to becoming angry. So when you are calm, these are your neurons. This is just an example of what your neurons, they are flowing past each other, communicating with each other, So this is what's going on in your brain. That's your neurons are in your brain. So then Spirit gave me this helpful hand visual to show what happens when you are angry. Look, these are your neurons, y'all. Oh, man. Your neurons, here's what they're doing as opposed to doing this. Just communicating with each other, going past each other, helping you to make decisions and all of that stuff, okay? So Spirit gave me that, or those helpful hand visuals during my lives, so between 4 and 5:15. So that was a.m. in the morning. So later on that night, Spirit came back to me, and this blew my mind, y'all. Here's my hand. Spirit came back to me and said, Joyce, look up what neurons do. Ooh-wee. I said, okay. So I looked it up. I Googled it. And this is what Google said neurons do. Neurons work together to produce memories, make decisions, and compute information. They take chemical signals, transport them, and form new wiring within the brain. Neurons also help different parts of the brain to communicate with each other. That is why you cannot think straight when you are angry, frustrated. That is why you cannot make good choices or good decisions. That's why you do things that you are sorry that you did, or say things that you are sorry that you said, because you're out of control. Your neurons are not doing like this. They're not calm. So here's what your neurons are doing, okay? So there's tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. So the next time you feel yourself becoming angry, oh, good. That's good. Okay. Yeah. So the next time that you feel yourself becoming angry, think about what your neurons are doing. They're doing like this, as opposed to calm. When you're calm, you make yourself powerful. Okay? Think about that. That's pillar number 3. Pillar number 4. Remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, frustration, all of that stuff, anger, everything. Those 4 words are, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. We even use the word pass when we're talking about death. We'll say, he passed last week, she passed yesterday. Nothing in life is permanent. No situation, no scenario is permanent, y'all. This too shall pass. Remember those 4 words. Now, the next time your mom is chewing you out or your daddy is chewing you out, remember they cannot read your mind. They can't read your mind. Be sitting there or standing there getting chewed out and thinking, this too shall pass. She ain't gonna be fussing at me forever. Or this too shall pass. He ain't gonna be fussing at me forever. Yes, this too shall pass. Just remember that, because it will immediately lower your level of stress, anxiety, panic, or whatever. This too shall pass. Now, I'm hoping that y'all will see all 4 of these pillars are interconnected. They're interconnected. You can work on any of them. But the first one I suggest you do is develop and maintain a positive attitude. And the way you do that is you write a program. And the way you write a program is you say it out loud. And here's what you say. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Okay, so the way it's spelled, this too shall pass, is this too, T-O-O. This, okay, here's the grammatically correct way to do it, y'all. Did somebody type it this way? This, comma, too, T-O-O, comma, shall pass, P-A-S-S, period. So somebody type that in. This too shall pass. This, comma, too, T-O-O, comma, shall pass, P-A-S-S, period. See? Shall go by, you see. This not past is as in the past. So in the P-A-S-T is in the past. Like that happened yesterday. It's in the past. So when it's P-A-S-S, that means this too shall go by. This too shall be gone. Okay? Good. That's correct. Put a period in there at the end of the sentence. This, comma, too, T-O-O, comma, shall pass, P-A-S-S, period. Okay, so those 4 words, y'all. And there you go. You got it, Portia. So, develop and maintain a positive attitude. That's pillar number 1. When you do that, it will lead you into wanting to increase your level of patience. When you do that, all of these things touch on each other, you see? And when you do that, you will want to stay calm. You will understand how powerful you are when you are calm. Don't get angry. Anger serves no useful purpose. Think about it. What happens when you get angry? You don't feel good when you get angry. Probably your blood pressure and everything is all out of whack. So, and then the pillar number 4, this too shall pass. Those are the 4 pillars, y'all. And if you implement them, your life will be a whole lot better. It will improve drastically. These 4 pillars will help y'all to undifficult your life. You see? So, those are the 4 pillars. Now, if y'all have enjoyed this live, if y'all got something out of it, you can do a video and tag me, or you can do a post and tag me. Tell people what you got out of it. Help me to spread the word. I'm here Monday through Friday from 4 a.m. till 5:30 a.m. Thereabouts. I usually go over a little bit, so maybe 5-10 minutes at the most, because I got to get off of here and finish drinking my tea and eating my Lay's barbecue potato chips and watching Family Feud. That's how I unwind from my lives every night. That's what I do. I am a creature of habit, and all of my habits are comfortable habits, I live a virtually stress-free life, y'all. What can I say? And I'm trying to show y'all how you can do it too. Don't be fretting about stuff. This too shall pass. Do the best you can at all times. And stop with the procrastination. Stop putting things off. Okay? Be proactive. Take care of things before it becomes an emergency or urgent. Okay? So do that. So, like I said, if you got something out of this live, do a video or a post and tag me telling people what you got out of it. And, just telling them about the lives. Monday through Friday at 4 a.m. Pacific time on YouTube. So now I close my lives down, y'all, by telling y'all that I am also an author. Yeah, there you go. This too shall pass. There you go. Go to goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. There are 11 fabulous nonfiction books there. My sister wrote 1, and I wrote 10. I call us the senior sibling authors. Her name is Anita Jones, and she is 76 years old, and I'm Joyce Fields, and I'm 81 years old. Senior sibling authors. So there are 11 nonfiction books there. The link is in the profile, in my profile. 9 different genres: memoirs, parenting, relationships, children's education, fairy tales, bullying, original quotes, health, and spirituality. My fairy tale is nonfiction because it deals with a very serious subject. 11 nonfiction books there. And in the, memoirs genre, that's the very first book that I wrote. I'm the oldest of 7. I wrote this book in 1997. Somebody asked me how old was I when I wrote my first book. I didn't realize how old I was. So this is 1997. I was born in 1944, so do the math. I'm not taking the time for that. But now, Line of Serenity. This is a memoir. It's all about the way that our parents raised us. Like I said, I'm the oldest of 7, and I adore all of my siblings. And there was never any sibling rivalry in our family. And I wanted to capture the way that our parents raised us. And I was 78 years old. Right now I'm 81. I was 78 years old before I realized that I never, ever in my whole life saw either one of my parents angry. Never saw my mother, my father, and it extended through my aunts and my uncles, their sisters and brothers. I never saw anger when I was growing up. We never saw anger when we were growing up. We saw them being pissed off, but we never saw anger. And so, and me, I don't get angry. What for? Anger serves no useful purpose. It destroys your insides. So stop getting angry. And some people will say they triggered me. Stop with the trigger mess. If they're triggering you, then you're allowing them to have more power than you over your emotions. Don't do that to yourself. Stop with having a trigger. Don't do that. Leave anger on the sidelines, okay? You need to do that. So this book captures the way that our parents raised us. It's 167 pages, which includes 22 pages of pictures. I have pictures of some of the people that I talk about in the book, and 22 pages of recipes, my own recipes. And Pap says that I am an incredible cook. He says that he lives in a 5-star restaurant. It doesn't matter how old you are. I don't care what you're getting ready to do. Age ain't nothing but a number, y'all. You better believe that. You ain't never too old to do anything. As long as you got breath in your body, and as long as you are capable of it. I mean, if you are paralyzed, from the waist down or something like that, you can't get up and run. But you can still do something. I've seen people from the waist down paint with their mouths, and man, oh man, can they paint. Whoa. So, look, you're never too old. I don't care what it is. So now this book is $12.99. There are 3 price categories at goodshortbooks.com. $7.99, $7.99, $9.99, and $12.99. Thank you. So my phone stand is wobbly sometimes, y'all. I think it's right. So now this is a memoir. My sister's book is also a memoir. Hers is entitled My 15 Dogs, a 55-year journey of love. Hers is 59 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. It's all about the adventures and escapades that she has had with the 15 dogs in her life. She has one right now, and like I said, she's 76 years old. She has never been without a dog since she was born. And this book will make you laugh and it'll make you cry. And it's all about the adventures and escapades that she had with the dogs in her life. True story. So now I close my lives with this book. My Simple Quotes to Live By. My simple quotes to live by. There's no such thing as righteous anger. Anger serves no useful purpose. If you you redirect it. Anger serves no useful purpose. Anger makes you do things or say things you don't mean. So now I coined my first quote when I was 15 years old. That quote states, never lose your hope and faith. Never lose your hope and faith. Okay? I coined my first quote in 1959 at the age of 15. The occasion was my middle school graduation from Detroit's Girard Junior High School. 9th graders were asked to document their message to their fellow classmates. And that's what I said. So I didn't know I was coining a quote, and I don't remember saying it. But here's a quote that I coined. I do remember, and I coined it for a contest. It was for a quote contest, for a calendar. So they needed 12 quotes. And I coined this quote and submitted it to the contest, and it won as one of 12 out of over 5,000 entries. So here's the quote, and I posted to social media. Wonderful. I posted to social media to encourage people to chase their dreams. Here's the quote. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. I'm going to repeat it. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. Chase your dreams. Nobody can see your dream as clearly as you can, and you can't see anybody else's dream as clearly as they can. So don't allow anybody to poo-poo your dream, and don't you poo-poo anybody else's. But do chase your dream. Now, these books are flying off the shelves, y'all, at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. This one, I always close my lives with this one. I just read you that quote. Now, this book is 90 pages, and I'm going to open up the floor. Y'all can tell me page numbers. So page 90 says the end. And it's better to die chasing a dream never caught. That quote is on page 11. So pages 6 to 89, give me page numbers, and I will read the two quotes on that page so y'all can get a taste of what these quotes are about. Excuse me. Pages 6 to 89. All right, page 50 for Rooted and Rising. Page 50. At the top of page 50, love is truth. At the bottom of page 50, don't carry a grudge. The load will wear you down. The book is goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. This is 167 quotes that I coined. It's 90 pages. And the way it's formatted, 2 quotes per page. The quotes are in all caps and then separated by a black and white picture. Goodshortbooks.com. So, page 55. At the top of page 55, did I miss a page? Yeah, page 44. Sorry about that. Page 44 for Jackie. At the top of page 44, do not long mourn your past. Rejoice in your present and your future. At the bottom of page 44, procrastination slows down progress. Okay, page 28 for Mika. At the top of page 28, take care of yourself so that you may take care of others. At the bottom of page 28, as a human being, you are no better than anyone else, and no one else is any better than you. Can y'all live by those quotes? Page 55 for Swiss. Page 55. At the top of page 55, good deeds require no payment, just appreciation. At the bottom of page 55, if you put yourself in others' shoes, you'll change. Okay, page 10 for Gale Drinks. At the top of page 10, your brain is contained in your skull, but your mind is not contained anywhere. It's as big as the universe. Use it for good. At the bottom of page 10, good habits, order, and organization make life easier. Can y'all live by those quotes? Page 8, this is the last one I'm going to read. I'm getting off of here now. I'll be back tomorrow. Page 8, at the top of page 8, teachers should have the highest pay because they teach us all. At the bottom of page 8, count your blessings. Millions of people would love to trade their problems for yours. That's 90 pages, 167 quotes that I coined, $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. And like I told y'all, the books are flying off the shelves, y'all, because people are coming onto my lives and learning about the books. They make fabulous gifts, too. Anytime gifts. birthdays, any holiday, whatever, or just I call them anytime gifts. So you go to the website and check out the books and you say, oh, that would be good for whomever, and then buy it. That's what I wrote them for. My sister and we wrote them for people to read them, and we're both retired executive assistants, so you don't have to worry about formatting or spelling and punctuation. All of it is top notch. So the books are really good, if I do say so myself. So thank y'all for joining my live, and as I said, if y'all enjoyed the live, got something from it, do a video or a post and tag me, telling everybody what you got out of it, well, how you plan to use the advice that I share. So spread the word for me, y'all. Help me spread the word. I would love to be able to share all of this with a whole lot more people. As an author, my mission statement is I write books that inspire people on their journey to make the world a better place. And as a live creator, my mission statement is I do lives that inspire people on their journey to make the world a better place. You see? All right, so thank y'all for joining it. See you tomorrow.